Ladies and gentlemen, episode number 443 live. Welcome to episode number 13 here at YTD Academy. The superstars and champions here at YTD Academy are going to be put to the test one final time with just over 1 week left until the first big stream preview of 2023 WCW Slamboree. The big dance that everybody is waiting for, the anticipation is building, and the heat in the kitchen is rising. There's been some epic battles. There's been some rivalries formed. Old rivalries reared their ugly heads. We've got some fiery feuds, and it has been a fantastic month of action in the squared circle. That continues today. We have 9 matches. We have 5 championships on the docket, and it is going to be a night of pure fire, so fasten your seatbelt because we're going on a road trip, and we're going to get that road trip started here in just a few moments. But, of course, before we get there, we're going to, of course, have a quick look at the dirt sheet, see what's happening. I'm sure there's some things swirling in the news and rumors just over a week away also until the Royal Rumble. So there's going to be some interesting news and information swirling, I guarantee it. So we're going to have a look at that here in just a moment. Before I do that, I'm actually going to open my dashboard here. And I'm going to turn it down. There we go. All right, so anyways, we're going to have a quick look at the dirt sheet, see what's going on. And then we're going to hop in to a fiery hot card. Again, 9 matches, 5 championships on the docket. We have the vacant Pure Wrestling Championship again, because once again, the champion has already chosen his dance partner. We have, of course, had the Phenom, Joe Lincoln from Team Joe Link, was the former Pure Wrestling champion, and he has decided that he is going to challenge one Elijah Archer. And then we had Rock Roberts as the Pure Wrestling champion, and he has, of course, decided that tonight he's going to cash that in, and he is going to challenge Robodex to a best 2 out of 3 falls matchup in the main event of the evening. So again, it is going to be a smoking hot evening. Get ready for a fire evening of epic in-ring action. And of course, again, it is the final week of championship matches as we head into the final push. And for anybody that's new to the Archerverse, the final push week is the final week of matches, of course, leading up to the stream preview, which is next Sunday night. And, of course, it'll take place immediately following the Royal Rumble. I'm not going to make the mistake of trying to get our show started while the Royal Rumble's rocking and rolling, but as soon as Royal Rumble is over, it is time for WCW Slamboree. First big stream preview of 2023, and it's going to be an absolute thrill ride. But tonight, we're going to get those champions tested. We're going to get the superstars tested. We're going to add a little more fuel to the fire. And it's going to be a fun evening. But let's have a look quick. Again, we're going to have some news and rumors swirling with just over a week left to the Royal Rumble. And let's see what's going on. As soon as I find... There it is. Okay. Let's have a look, see what's rocking and rolling in the news and rumors right now. So here's something interesting from Bleacher Report. It says, WWE's early Cody Rhodes Rumble reveal sets up a swerve and more exciting surprises. It was written by Chris Rowling. So it says, WWE opted to foreshadow Cody Rhodes' return at the Royal Rumble, which all but guarantees other big surprises at the marquee event. Rhodes has already returned and announced he will partake in the men's Rumble match, which could suggest he's winning the whole thing and will likely take down Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. But it's probably not going to be that simple. It would be a little too on the nose for WWE to roll out this massive announcement and shoot a ton of documentary-style footage of Rhodes' journey back from injury just to have him win the whole thing, then successfully win at Mania 2. Almost right on cue, WrestleVotes reported that the decision to announce his return was because other surprises have the company excited. It's sound logic, too. Rhodes' return was so predictable that trying to hide it might have done active harm to both surprise and momentum. With it out of the way, the other shocks might just be that much more impactful. When it comes to the Royal Rumble, most fans probably think of surprises merely as unannounced returns. That can be legends, part-timers, and even non-wrestlers entering the event. Celebrities, of course. And of course, I have my, reserved opinions on celebrities entering the Royal Rumble match. Being part of the show. Actually, I won't do it. We'll talk about it another time. So there'll be plenty of that with the likes of The Rock potentially available, but perhaps more interesting is how WWE can use predictable Rhodes saga against fans within the match itself. If he's one of the first 5 or so entrants and goes the distance, the finish will seem obvious. All this build-up for the returning hero, both another company and from the injury, is surely leading to his big moment of triumph. Until he's eliminated at the end, of course, it's the perfect storytelling foundation for WWE to pull a swerve after the build-up. Not only will it make the match more memorable, but Rhodes going through all of this just to lose at the buzzer would set up a feud with whoever eliminates him brilliantly and let the company slow burn him back to the top. The situation would certainly let WWE avoid a messy sprint to WrestleMania 2 if The Rock is truly back, and maybe the Rumble winner to finish off the family-based Reigns bloodline storyline. Rhodes would be left in an odd spot. Would the company try to split the unified titles before Mania so Rhodes had something to do, or create a new title? A swerve where Rock or Rollins or even Sami Zayn wins the Rumble would let Rhodes go feud with somebody else until the situation gets resolved. And at some point, we have to wonder how much this is like a real sport. He's been training for the comeback, obviously, but does he need to be eased back into things? Easing the storyline would make sense, too, and an underdog babyface role after a disappointment at the Rumble could win over fans who aren't exactly sold on the whole thing. Let him ride in his role until the next major landmark, perhaps winning a major title at SummerSlam for maximum impact, maybe after a Money in the Bank briefcase redemption tour. Rhodes could very well just win the Rumble and beat Reigns. It would make for a fun time, but the willingness to spoil the surprise hints unpredictability, which is always a good thing, especially on the biggest stage. When Rhodes is blatantly embarked for top guy status after his triumph return to the promotion, WWE jamming the storyline through might not be the wisest move. Rhodes will get his moment, but right now the rollout of his latest return feels like a tactical way to keep intrigue high. Yeah, I'm not sure. I've had it set in my head for quite some time now that Cody Rhodes was probably going to come back, win the Rumble, and then beat Roman Reigns. But, they do make a bit of a fine point that it would seem odd to have a big build-up to the Rumble and then have him win it too, and then still go on to WrestleMania and also beat Roman Reigns. I don't know. To me, it would make more sense to, okay, Rhodes is back, awesome, have him come back, be an entrant in the Rumble. People are going to assume he's going to win. Don't have him win, right? Because there's already that big story there, so he's already still on the road to that championship. He's on the road to whoever, Roman Reigns or whoever's holding that title. But they can have somebody else that's been, already involved in storyline and, has the back history with Reigns, have them win the Rumble and continue to feud, and then again they can slow burn Rhodes back up. Not slow, like I'm not talking months away, but they could slow burn him back. Who says Rhodes even needs to win the title at WrestleMania? I guess that would be the ultimate place for him to win it. And honestly, even if he doesn't win the Rumble, I still think he goes and challenges for the championship somehow at WrestleMania anyways. But I don't know. There's a few different options, but I'm interested to see who their surprise and shocking entrants are going to be, because they've already given us a fairly decent list of who's going to be coming back as far as legends and everything else. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how they what they do. I don't know. Yo, Life! What's going on, Life? Welcome in. What's doing exciting, my friend? Appreciate you being here, of course. Just going through a bit of the dirt sheets before we hop into the show. Great show tonight, Life. We got nine matches, of course. 5 of them are championship matches, and we're, of course, just testing the champions and superstars as we are just a little over 1 week away from Slamboree. So they're being put to the test. But what's going on? What's doing exciting? What's crack-a-lackin'? All right, well, we're waiting for Life to answer that question. All right, let's see what else is going on. Here's something from Wrestling Headlines. I didn't catch it yesterday, but this is from Joey G, WrestlingHeadlines.com. And it says Dax Harwood admits to being very upset at how Kofi Kingston lost the WWE Championship. So it says Dax Harwood is still angry at how Kofi Kingston lost the WWE Championship. The top guy spoke about this topic on the latest edition of his FTR with Dax Harwood podcast, where he revisited Kingston's loss to Brock Lesnar on the SmackDown premiere on Fox back in 2019. You can check out his full thoughts if you were to visit WrestlingHeadlines.com. There's highlights below. But anyways, says he was upset at how Kofi lost the WWE title to Brock. He says, I was very, very upset. I remember that I texted Kofi. It was a group text with the New Day and myself and Dan, Cash Wheeler. I apologized to him. I said, I'm so sorry this happened to you, man. We're so upset. I can't believe this is for real. Not because of anything with Brock, but how much we had worked and how he had worked to get to this point, especially when we were working with him. With Randy, I saw him outside of Vince's office or go into Vince's office every single week to try and make things better, to try and make his championship run better, and he worked so hard to be a great champion. How Kofi Kingston worked really hard to make his WWE title reign great. He said, I think a lot of people maybe think that, oh man, his championship run wasn't successful because of whatever. It wasn't for lack of trying, because I saw him every week try his damnedest to make something of nothing. It broke all of our hearts, the whole locker room. It broke all of our hearts that that's where the championship was being taken. Again, not anything to do with Brock, but it's because Kofi had worked so hard, and seeing someone work so hard for so long to get this opportunity taken away from him, I mean, what would they do to us? To be honest, I think a lot of people were probably upset at how that was handled. I mean, I wouldn't say I was terribly upset or anything, but I didn't care for how they handled it. I didn't think it was time for Kofi to lose that champion, especially on an episode of SmackDown. They could have found a way to at least drag that out to. I know it was they were looking for a big moment. I get that, but they could have found another way, and dragged that out to their premium live event, and then had them at least lose it at a premium live event with some dignity. I mean, it was bullshit, really. Kofi Kingston's title reign was complete bullshit. I was not a fan. I'm doing good, Life. What's new and exciting? Anything? Things are good. Nothing really new. Stayed in bed all day. Oh, were you not feeling well, or were you just having one of those days where you decided not to crawl out of bed? Out of curiosity. I mean, did you just have a bad day? Or was it just a day off and you decided to Netflix and chill in bed? But anyways, I'm good. Went to work for a few hours today. Got to go in and close tomorrow night, and then I'm off the next day. I got an interesting week this week. I got 3 days off this week. But I got to work. So I've got Tuesday off, then I work Wednesday, Thursday, then I'm off Friday, Saturday, which is kind of cool because it's been a while since I had. I mean, I don't have the whole weekend off, but it's been a while since I had at least a part of a weekend off. Friday, Saturday is decent days to have off. I'm okay with that. So yeah, things are good. I mean, things have been good with the show. I mean, we've had a great time. Starrcade was amazing. Wrestle Wars was amazing, and the road to Slamboree's been fantastic. We've seen some really, really epic matches. Really epic matches. The storylines moving forward are fantastic and phenomenal. And both didn't feel like getting up, and quite achy. So just hung out in bed. Achy because of you're not feeling well, or do you have some sort of arthritic issues? Is there a reason you're achy, or is it just one of those days? But yeah, so all good on this end. I'm excited for WCW Slamboree, of course. That is going to be a good time. Everybody's worked hard with their storylines and angles, and again, the the in-ring action has been phenomenal, so it's going to be really, really interesting. You suffer from... Oh, you got fibromyalgia? Okay. Yeah, I mean, I've known a few people with that. I've never struggled with it myself. But, yeah. Well, it's unfortunate. Like, do you have anything you use to treat that, or... Like, is there any specific kind of medication that works for you for that? Or have you tried CBD or anything? Alright, so let's see what else is going on in the dirt sheets. So this is from ringsidenews.com. And it was Felix Upton, and it says, likely spoilers for every match at WWE Royal Rumble this year. So let's see what that's about. It says WWE is holding the Royal Rumble event on January 28th, which is, again, next Sunday night. Same night as WCW Slamboree, as a matter of fact. Of course, we will go live immediately following the Royal Rumble, but WWE is holding the Royal Rumble event on January 28th, and they have quite a show planned. I mean, I think everybody knew they were going to have a badass show. I mean, they already had a wicked Survivor Series, best Survivor Series in well over a decade, so I can only imagine. And imagine what they'll do for Mania. And then if that doesn't get your intrigue built up enough, imagine next year the build-up to the 40th anniversary of WrestleMania. I'm telling you, man, this is going to be a big year for WWE. Not just because they're looking to sell the company, but because... regardless if they sell, it's not going to change much other than, who is the CEO of the company and who's underneath them. Hopefully that plays out well itself. Hopefully they keep the proper people in place, or those people still want to stay in place after the sale. Or whatever happens, doesn't matter. It's the biggest wrestling company on the planet. It's not going anywhere. It is a cash cow. And whoever gets it's going to be absolutely but it's going to be a huge year for WWE because, again, it's going to be the build-up to the 40th anniversary of WrestleMania, and I guarantee you that is going to be humongous, They should take that one overseas. They don't do enough overseas. They've never done a WrestleMania overseas. Or did they do it? No, they've never done a WrestleMania overseas. They should. Imagine going over to Wembley Stadium or something and doing a WrestleMania. That'd be humongous. Might cause a riot over there, though. Look what happened to Clash at the Castle. Catching up on the chat here. Give me a second. All right, so not that I can say. Today was fine, though. It was not that you can say. Why can you not say it? You can say it. I mean, do you try CBD? Or you just flat out smoke pot? Mushrooms? But anyways, today was fine, though. It was nice not having people need me today. I was just able to lay around and do nothing. That's always nice to do that once in a while, isn't it? It really is. I'm excited for Slamboree, too. Yeah, I'm very excited for Slamboree. Again, it's going to be immediately following Royal Rumble next Sunday night, and it is going to be a great time. We're going to have 14 matches. There's going to be title matches all night long. Obviously, the best of the best from YTD Academy, Wrestle Wars Genesis, and Starrcade are going to be representing. It is going to be the biggest show we've ever done at the beginning of any year. And this, of course, the beginning of our third season. It's our first stream preview of 2023, and we are going to burn it down, I promise you. Burn it down. And it's awesome. You have Friday and Saturday off. Yeah, I mean, I don't get weekends off very often. Normally I work them, especially in the summertime. I'm pretty sure, I think I had at least one weekend off and maybe one Saturday off, but I worked every other weekend last summer. I hope that doesn't happen to me again. But I have a funny feeling it's going to. But it sucks because literally my family would go out to the camp and visit my children's grandparents, and I think I made it out once the whole summer. So yeah, I kind of got screwed over as far as scheduling goes that last summer. And, I mean, let's face it, everything that happens in the summertime is on the weekends. Right? Unless you're a child, the rest of the working world, everybody does everything is Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So if you're working, though, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, basically your summer is having days off where everybody else is at work. So it doesn't make for a great summer, but, you still got to make the most of it and got to enjoy that sunshine and nice summer heat. But anyways, All right, so let's see what else is going. Actually, you know what? I am going to dive back in. I'm going to dive back into that article concerning the spoilers for WWE Royal Rumble, or likely spoilers. It actually doesn't say spoilers. It says likely spoilers, to be fair. But before we get started into that article, I say it is time to get the show on the go. We've got an exciting show planned. 9 matches, 5 championship matches. We are starting off with a pure championship matchup. Again, Rock Roberts, who was the pure wrestling champion after Joe Lincoln, and he has decided to challenge Robodex tonight in the main event of the evening. It is a best 2 out of 3 falls matchup for the YTD Academy Grand Prix Wrestling Championship. So we got lots on the docket. We're going to get things on the go right now. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, it is episode number 443 live here at the Archiverse, and episode number 13 of YTD Academy. Let's go.
I sent you a message, Archer. Smile, and yeah, I get that. When I was working retail, I started going to restaurants by myself, because everyone emoji grinning face, emoji grinning face, emoji grinning face, emoji grinning face, emoji grinning face.
And here we go. Episode number 13, YTD Academy Live. Let's go. We're going to get the first match of the evening as started off here in just a moment. And for those of you watching the show, of course, you'll find that there are no betting lines open for YTD Academy Live. Here on YouTube, we haven't hit monetization yet, so we don't have certain tools at our disposal. So that will come in the future as we move along in our adventure here at the Shark Tank on YouTube. We will eventually be able to have our betting lines open for our shows, but it is going to be a good time. Again, 9 matches, 5 championship matches on the docket, and we're going to get things kicked off right now. It is a pure wrestling championship falls count anywhere matchup. Fatal 4. We've got the Gooner, Luke Bomber from Team Luke the Gooner, 94, taking on the Wolfman Alan Severn, the leader of the Wolfpack from Team Glenola. We've got the Judge from Team Reaper Seal TV, and of course Mnemonics from Team Techno, the former Submission Wrestling champion. They're going to battle over the Pure Wrestling Championship that, of course, gives them the right to fight any superstar from WrestleWars Genesis or Starrcade, should they be able to grab a hold of that championship and take it home with them tonight. That said, there are no betting lines, but who do you think is walking out with the Pure Wrestling Championship tonight? We've had 2 back-to-back champions immediately cash in. Who will win tonight, and will they also immediately cash in? It's going to be interesting to see. This has been one of the championships as of late that you could call a hot potato, not because it keeps changing due to losses, but due to the fact that it's just simply being utilized as a stepping stone. But it's definitely given us some fantastic matches along the way, and we're going to see more in the future. Beginning tonight, Rock Roberts challenging Robodex, best 2 out of 3 falls for the YTD Academy Grand Prix Wrestling Championship. But let's get things started. Pure Wrestling Championship on the line. The Gooner, the Wolfman, the Judge, and Mnemonics. Falls count anywhere. Let's go. Alrighty then. Joe Link is in the house. What's going on, Joe Link? Joe Link says, I'm lurking. The shift change is about to happen. Alright, my friend. Appreciate the lurk. Life says, I sent you a message, Archer. And yeah, get that. When I was working retail, I started going to restaurants by myself because everyone else was working. You don't get weekends off in retail. No, you're not. You're definitely not guaranteed weekends off in retail. I mean, it's not terrible, but I mean, when you work as many weekends as I did though last summer, that was kind of crappy. You know. I mean, it would have been nice to have at least an entire weekend off a month, but that didn't happen. That did not happen. All right, so anyways, let's dive back into that article while we're waiting for these crazy savages to hit the squared circle. So it says the Royal Rumble is just 2 weeks away. It is less than that now, obviously. And everyone wants to know who will be pointing at the WrestleMania sign at the end of the night. While anything can happen in WWE, we have a pretty good idea what to expect at this point. BetOnline dropped some betting odds for each announced match for the Royal Rumble so far. You can find those below. Well, you can't. I can. If you go to ringsidenews.com and go to this article, you can, though. But remember to always be responsibly, especially on predetermined sports entertainment, or bet responsibly, especially on predetermined sports entertainment events. Just in case you needed the refresher, the negative symbol represents the most likely to win, and the underdogs have the plus symbol next to their name. If you're laying money on the matches, the number next to the symbol represents the amount of money one would need to risk, to win $100. The number represents the amount of money you would win if you risk $100 for underdogs. Men's Royal Rumble match winner right now, top 5, has Cody Rhodes as the favorite to win. Next is Sami Zayn, Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, and Drew McIntyre. 2023 Royal Rumble women's match, top 5. Rhea Ripley is the favorite to win that, next to Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, Bayley, and Alexa Bliss. The pitch black match winner, Bray Wyatt, is the odds-on favorite to win that one.
It's not very often you can say that.
Over LA Knight, of course, for those that don't know who he's wrestling. The WWE Raw Women's Championship match, Bianca Belair is the odds-on favorite to beat Alexa Bliss. The Undisputed Universal Championship match, Roman Reigns is the favorite to win over Kevin Owens. It says we will have to see how the Royal Rumble event goes down on January 28th. WrestleMania 39 is just around the corner, and it should be quite an extravaganza, with the Royal Rumble event kicking off those stories that will take place on the grandest stage of them all. Keep checking back with Ringside News for more. Interesting. I mean, no real big surprises there as far as who the odds-on favorite were. Here's something else from Wrestling Headlines. Bray Wyatt wanted forgotten WWE NXT star as part of the Wyatt family. This is by Andrew Ravens. So in a discussion on the Monty and the Pharaoh, #1 pro wrestling broadcast, Enzo Amore revealed that Bray Wyatt had asked for Knuckles Madsen to be part of the Wyatt family. However, WWE management decided to nix that idea and went with Eric Rowan and Luke Harper instead. Between 2012 and 2013, Knuckles Madsen worked in WWE development program. He only competed in one televised match before being let go by the company on December 17th, 2013. He had since gone on to compete in independent wrestling under the ring name Ivan Warsaw. This is a quote. People don't know who the best wrestlers in the world are from 2012 to 2018 unless they were in the WWE. Probably in the Performance Center. You have a good feel for who can go and who can't. I knew how good Chad Gable was. Nobody needed to tell me that. The motherfucker was an Olympian. All right, so that's the end of that article in weird fashion. So Knuckles Madsen was the original pick over Luke Harper and Eric Rowan. That's very interesting. That's interesting.
Makes a superstar even more dangerous. He moves just in time. Turning the tables.
There's an update on ticket sales for Monday's Raw is 30. Wrestling headlines by Andrew Ravens. It says WWE will hold Raw from Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania this Monday night. WrestleTix noted that the show has sold 13,034 tickets and there are 636 left. The updated card is WWE United States Championship, Austin Theory versus Bobby Lashley. Raw Tag Team Championship, the Usos versus Dominic Mysterio and Damian Priest. Steel Cage match, Becky Lynch versus Bayley. The Trial of Sami Zayn. And then, of course, Triple H, Hulk Hogan, The Undertaker, Ric Flair, Shawn Michaels, Kurt Angle, Jerry Lawler, Road Dogg, X-Pac, Theodore Long, Ron Simmons, Rikishi Samu, DDP, Ted DiBiase, Mike Irwin R. Shyster, Rotunda. That's interesting. That is, of course, Bray Wyatt's father. Alondra Blaze, The Godfather, and Lita to appear. All right, let's see here. Kurt Angle shares the favorite part of his career. This is, again, Wrestling Headlines and by Andrew Ravens again. So Kurt Angle gave his thoughts on the lead-up to the 2003 Royal Rumble pay-per-view on the latest episode of his Kurt Angle show, including Team Angle. This faction that consisted of Angle, Shelton Benjamin, and Charlie Haas. Angle was used as a top star as the WWE champion, while Benjamin and Haas were the SmackDown Tag Champions. He said, and I quote, "This was awesome. This is my favorite part of my career. I just felt that Team Angle didn't last long enough. It had a lot to do with my injuries, unfortunately, but I would have loved for Team Angle to go on for years." Interesting that was the favorite part of his career. I mean, he had a lot of great moments in his career when you think about it, right? And yet that's what he's choosing as his favorite parts of his career. That's saying a lot. A big testament to Haas and Benjamin, not to mention. We're going to get it. 2023. I am here lurking. I already read that. Hi, Joe Link. Life says, hi Life, Joe Link says. Life says, okay, they would. Joe Link says, did you hear about the theory about the Kevin Owens contract signing, that only Kevin signed it, but he signed Sammy's name instead it's an interesting theory. No, I didn't hear about that, actually. Do you have any more information on that? Life says, I need to catch up, but what in the hell is the trial of Sami Zayn? That sounds ominous. Joe Link says it's because Roman doesn't trust Sami Zayn, and the only time they have lost is when Sami wrestles. Yeah, so Sami's being accused of, not being oozy enough, basically, because when they wrestle with him in the as a tag team, they lose. But anyways, Joel Link, did you have any more information on the whole contract signing thing?
I can't believe it. Oh,
Life says flubbing. Uh-oh. Pneumatics going for a ride. Big last ride powerbomb.
Well, I put my money on that guy tonight. Back into the ring.
What a crazy match this has been.
Gets cracked by the overhand.
An all-out brawl, more than a wrestling match, obviously, as you can see. But a fantastic match. Great way to set the tone for the night, that is for sure. All right. Joe Link says it's only speculation, but Roman never signed the contract, and the only people to touch the contract was Kevin and Sammy. Oh, interesting. So here's the thing, is I haven't watched SmackDown yet, so I didn't know that. But that's very interesting, and I'm going to have to go check that out. Well, not now, but later. I'm going to have to check that out. So Roman didn't sign it. You didn't see him sign it. So therefore, technically, there's no Universal Championship match between Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens then, perhaps? And maybe they put somebody else in there against? I don't know. How does that work? How does that work, I wonder? Interesting. I'm definitely going to be checking that out. So here's something else from Wrestling Headlines. The Great Muta's final opponent announced. So this is Andrew Raven. So New Japan Pro Wrestling announced the Great Muta's last opponent at the New Japan Pro Wrestling crossover with Noah Wrestling Kingdom 17 on Saturday morning. Keiji Muta's last match will be at the Tokyo Dome on February 21st. Muto has issued a challenge that to what will be his final opponent. After the main event of Tetsuya Naito representing New Japan Pro Wrestling and L1J versus Keno representing Noah and Kongo, Muta came out to issue a challenge to Naito, who accepted the bout. On January 1st, Muta lost to WWE Shinsuke Nakamura at the Pro Wrestling Noah, the New Year 2023 event. So that's interesting. I actually thought that was the Great Muta's final opponent, so now he's got another final opponent. This is seeming like a lot like a Ric Flair retirement, isn't it? It's a lot like a Ric Flair retirement going on here. Almighty Exotic! What's going on, my friend? Welcome in. That's what it sounds like. Yeah, that is exactly what it sounds like. I mean, like I said, I thought his match with Shinsuke Nakamura was supposed to be his final match, and now they're saying that he has another final opponent. I mean, I don't know. I hate when they do that. You know, if the person's not ready to wrestle, then don't bother advertising any sort of retirement angle at all. You know what I mean? That's what it sounds like. Why did magazine company go out of business? It had too many issues. Oh my God. Life, nobody, listen, Life. This is the Shark Tank. We're on YouTube tonight, live, episode number 443. YTD Academy, episode number 13. However, Life, nobody redeemed a joke time, and you want to know why they didn't redeem a joke time, Life? Because we're on YouTube, Life. This is not the land of purple. So therefore there is no... Whoa! Luke the Gooner picks up the W outside the ring. And we have ourselves a new Pure Wrestling champion. So ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match from Team Luke the Gooner 94. He is Luke Balmer, the Gooner, from the UK. And he is our new Pure Wrestling champion. So congratulations to Team Luke the Gooner 94. And to the Gooner, Luke Balmer. All right.
And that's it. New champ. Talk about history in the making. This is literally one.
The show ends with the bloodline all on the floor, and Kevin signs the contract. Sammy runs in because he wasn't out there and picks up the contract and looks at it. Then the show ends as he looks at it. Yeah, I agree with Almighty Exotic on that one. Wow. That's an interesting way to end it. So Roman doesn't sign it. Kevin Owens does sign it. But then it's in Sami Zayn's hands as it goes off the air. Very interesting. All right, so here we go. Next match of the night, ladies and gentlemen. And here we go. It is the Coalition's turn to challenge the newest faction and tag team on the block, and we saw them with a monstrous victory over the Wolfpack on Starrcade, and crazy because it looked like the Wolfpack was cruising to a victory. They had the Natural Disasters 4 members to 2, but then Andre the Giant and King Kong Bundy turned up the heat and whooped those asses. The comeback of a lifetime, and they took down the Wolfpack tonight. It isn't an 8-man tag to brag elimination matchup, but it is a 2-on-2, and Nick Aldis and the one Elijah Archer are going to challenge the very two that had the comeback to defeat the Wolfpack. So it is the Coalition versus the Natural Disasters, Nick Aldis, and the one Elijah Archer versus King Kong Bundy and Andre the Giant. Who do you guys think walks out the winner of this one? But let's get this show on the go. Without further ado, the Coalition versus the Natural Disasters. Let's go. All right. Life says it needed to be said. What needed to be said? The joke? I mean, it did not need to be said. Life? You know, if somebody redeemed a joke time, which they cannot do, or even if somebody said, hey, Life, you should tell a joke, then it is warranted. Never warranted to tell a bad joke. That was just terrible. Right? It was worse than a dad joke. It was just a bad joke, Life. You know what I'm saying? You got to do better than that. If you're just gonna spontaneously tell a joke, then you need to tell a good one. And look at that, beautiful Archer's World Championship around the waist of the one Elijah Archer, something that nobody thought they would see happen. It's not like Archer's ever in the neck of the woods of the championship rankings. He normally sticks to the tag team championship division, if you will. But, of course, he was forced into battle by Team France with 2 L's. And he took full advantage of the opportunity granted to him by Team France with 2 L's and ended up walking out the Archer's World Champion for only the 2nd time in his career. So it was kind of an exciting moment. A lot of people were pretty excited about that. Archer's management team, not so much. They had other plans. They had other things on the agenda. Their campaign did not involve him becoming world champion. But as it is, thanks to Team France with 2 L's, Elijah Archer, the new Archer's World Champion. Let's see. I give bad jokes freely. Oh, very nice. We can see that, Life. Thank you. We can see that. Joe Link says, yeah, it was an interesting way to end SmackDown. Almighty Exotic says, interesting. I seem to have found a pimple on my testicle. Is it growing? I'm not sure. Almighty Exotic, we did not need to know that. That is personal information you could have kept to yourself. I mean, hopefully it's nothing severe. Hopefully it's not a cancerous lump on your testicle. You should get that looked at if it's, there for too long. Don't pick at it. It could get very sore. I don't know what else to say. Be careful frapping. You might pop it. But anyways. Let's get back to the dirt sheets and see what else is going on, if anything. So here's something from Wrestling Headline. And this is actually from yesterday. I don't know how I didn't see it, but it's Mick Foley recalls Mike Tyson's importance to WWE WrestleMania 14 in 1998. This is another Andrew Ravens article. And it says, Mick Foley discussed the Royal Rumble 1998 and Mike Tyson's appearance at the show during a recent edition of Foley is Pod. That's awesome. Anyways, Tyson served as a special enforcer for Steve Austin's match with Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 14. So it says the first time he met Tyson, and this is a quote, "When Mike met me, he was talking about Mankind hanging it with rats. He was talking about the original vignettes, which I had forgotten I'd even did." He's Tyson feeling bigger than a regular celebrity. He says, "It does feel big to the point where I remember being on one of those Legends roundtables right before Mania. You may have seen it because I left there feeling kind of disrespected. I was stomped on by the panel. When I said that Tyson was the most important celebrity we'd ever had, I got jumped on for that. What are you trying to say? WrestleMania wasn't big without it? Tyson's involvement?" Yeah, it was big, but it was big within wrestling. You know, Tyson made it big in the mainstream. That was really important. It was really difficult to get mainstream coverage. Tuesday morning, it was everywhere. It was one of the best things WWE had ever done. I think it was the biggest celebrity appearance that we've ever had. Mike and Steve Austin hitting the news around the world, that was really important. And I have to agree with that, actually. That was definitely an important, pivotal moment for WWE, I think. I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, do you think it was unjust for Mick Foley to take some heat? Or do you agree with him? Because he's right. In 1998, it was not easy outside of the realm of you being a Von Erich, a Hart family member, a Horseman, or Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant at WrestleMania. It was very, very difficult to get mainstream attention, especially in the sporting world. They managed to do that overnight very quickly. Right? With just any time that they had Mike Tyson and Austin on the screen, they were drawing like a motherfucker. Right? So, I mean, personally, I agree with Foley there. Yo, Snorhawk 64! What's going on, Snorhawk? Appreciate you stopping in, my friend. As you can see, Carlos Hawkins standing ringside, rooting his team on. Carlos Hawkins is going to be in battle on Tuesday night. Wrestle Wars Genesis, the first show of the final push week. Tonight, he's in the corner of his broskies. But what's going on, Storehawk? Appreciate you stopping in. Welcome to episode number 443. And, of course, episode 13 of YTD Academy Live. I don't know, I just felt like I had to do that again. I have no idea why. I blame life. It is life's fault. All hate mail should be sent to Life is Great. Alright, so anyways, Life says Coalition absolutely has a grudge against the refs. Yes, they do. They definitely do. Storehawk says nothing much, man, just getting ready for bed and junk. You're getting ready for bed and touching your junk? I mean, I suppose that's a great way to tire yourself out. Burn some calories, you know. Work out some frustrations, depending. I guess that's a common practice. I don't understand why you felt the need to share that with us. That's just like Almighty Exotic talking about the formation on his testicle. What is wrong with you people tonight? This is not Twitch, folks. This is not the Land of Purple. This is the Shark Tank on YouTube. We're not supposed to have this kind of, crazy anecdotes being discussed. The villainous conversations belong there, not here. I just don't understand. Life says, do it! Time out the host. See, we're not. What is with this pot stirring? Again, YouTube, Shark Tank, YTD Academy Live, episode 13. There's no room for pot stirring. It's the wrong shows. Wrong show. You're confusing, the red brand with the purple brand. Something I expect from a newbie, not from, a great member of the Archiverse community, such as yourself, sir. Shame on you. How dare you? Life says, I live off of spite and hate. Send me the hate mail. Well, alrighty then. You heard it. All hate mail goes to Team Life is Great. I forget why we're sending her hate mail now, but all hate mail going to Team Life is Great. That's all that you need to know. That's all you need to know. Shouldn't YouTube be the red brand? I mean, YouTube is the red brand. I already said that. Purple brand is Twitch. This is the red brand. This is the Shark Tank. Shame on you, sir. How dare you? All right, anyway, so there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of extra additional, noteworthy, anyways, information in the dirt sheets for the night. So I think what I'll do is I'll move on to my first list of the evening. You said I'm confusing the red brand with the purple brand. Well, you are. You're confusing the red brand with the purple brand. Because you're trying to stir the pot here to cause civility. This is the red brand. It's the purple brand that belongs with that kind of behavior. Wow! Look at that, ladies and gentlemen, the winners of the match. Andre the Giant and King Kong Bundy, the Natural Disasters, with a huge win over the one Elijah Archer and Nick Aldis, the Coalition. Wow! Congratulations to the Natural Disasters. That is a huge, huge win. I mean, that pretty much puts notice on the entire tag team division because, I mean, good luck keeping them out of the discussion of tag team championships this close to WCW Slamboree with big wins back-to-back over the Wolfpack and over the Coalition. This is crazy. This is crazy. Man, oh man. Snorhawk says, oh, my brain heard it backwards. Well, that's because you're getting ready for bread. You're ready for bread. You're getting ready for bread. You're having a little snack before bedtime. Good for you. That's a good idea, too. That is a fantastic... As a matter of fact, that is a fantastic idea. A snack would be great. All right, we're moving on to the next match of the night. Let's go. Big L for the Coalition. Big W for the Natural Disasters. That is fucking crazy, but awesome at the same time. Awesome night so far. I'm really enjoying the evening. Next match of the night, Damian Dallas taking on Jeff Jarrett. Damian Dallas, of course, a former junior wrestling champion. Didn't cash in, ended up defending and lost that championship, looking to get back into the spotlight, as is Jeff Jarrett. He's looking to continue his streak of, well, it's been craziness is what it's been. I would say dominance, but he hasn't been purely dominant. But it's been crazy, that's for sure. But Jeff Jarrett versus Damian Dallas. Let's go! It is showtime and go time. All right, so anyways, yo, Honeybee! What's going on, Honeybee? Queen of the Hive, the Queen Bee, Honeybee, the YTD Academy Women's Grand Prix Wrestling Champion in the house. Welcome in, Honeybee. How was that for an introduction? Honeybee, baby! Alright, anyways. I mean, I'm still shocked that Nick Aldis got squashed by Andre. You know, up until that point, it looked like the Coalition was doing very, very well against the Natural Disasters. I was going to be funny if Coalition beat them, but the Wolfpack lost to them, right? No such luck. No such luck. Good thing I wasn't betting on that one. I lost my house and my car. Totally would have went all in. Especially the Coalition have been awesome lately. Especially YTD Academy. They've been doing fantastic. Rising to the top of the ranks in the tag team division. Of course, Archer's had a streak of luck. He became the world champion. And a big loss, though, tonight to the Natural Disasters. That was crazy and unexpected, but awesome. Awesome. It's okay to call me life. Honeybee says, love it. And, oh, she's talking to Snorhawk. I was going to say, I did call you Life. I did call you. It was Snorhawk64 that you're talking to. Yeah, Snorhawk. It's okay to call her Life. It is okay to call her Life.
Nick Aldis for Rumble.
All right. So, anyways, Nick Aldis for Rumble. You know what? I would love to see Nick Aldis sign with the WWE. And right now, he's a free agent. I don't believe he is signed with anybody. I don't know if AEW is showing any interest. New Japan will for sure. WWE should. Nick Aldis is one of the best wrestlers of the modern day. Very good technical wrestler. A great showman. He's fantastic on the microphone. He's chiseled. You know, I would love to see him in the WWE for sure. We'll see what happens. It would be cool if he was in the Rumble. Absolutely. Anyways, all right. So here we go. Damian Dallas, ladies and gentlemen, taking on Double J, Jeff Jarrett. Let's go.
See that.
Honeybee says I could see that. Well, I mean, I would love to see that. Nick Aldis is. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Nick Aldis or not, but he was, of course, multiple-time NWA champion. He was NWA champion for quite some time, actually. Carried that company. The company making their resurgence. NWA Power is a great show. But he left NWA. He's looking to jump into the waters of free agency and test those waters out. So it'll be interesting to see where he lands. I would really like to see him, however, in WWE. He also wrestled in Impact Wrestling. I cannot remember. I always forget the name he went. I don't know why it is, but I always forget the name he wrestled under there. But he did wrestle for Impact. He's wrestled in independent promotions everywhere. But his last run in NWA was phenomenal. And, of course, he's a member of the Coalition as tag team partner for the One Elijah Archer. And they were doing fantastic tonight, though. The Natural Disasters. They worked up a storm and blew them out of the water. Blew them out of the water. All right. Yo, Luke Bummer. What's going on, my friend? Luke the Gooner. I mean, you're a little bit tardy, so you happen to miss the Gooners match. You already missed the Gooners matchup. The Gooner was involved in a multi-man matchup for the Pure Wrestling Championship. And by the way, Luke the Gooner won. He is the new Pure Wrestling Champion. Let's see. Honeybee Wrestling says, I used to watch TNA in the UK because I couldn't afford WWE. You know what? There's nothing wrong with that. TNA was a good product I mean, there were definitely periods of time where it wasn't. And its current iteration of Impact Wrestling isn't the grandest. I think the only reason that company's still alive is because of the women's division. But Magnus, that's it. Yeah, thank you. Jeff Jarrett, the reigning, defending, and new YTD Academy Legends Wrestling Champion, took out Y2J. Luke Roberts says Magnus is lucky, married to Mickey James. Yes, he is.
Wrestling champion.
Yes, he is. But I was just saying, Luke, that I would... Yeah, the Gooner won, man. He is the new Pure Wrestling Champion. He opened the show. As a matter of fact, if you just rewind, because you can do that here at the Shark Tank, while you're live, you can just rewind, and you can check that out. Luckily, you're able to do that. That's a feature that Twitch should add. They were supposed to. They talked about live rewind, and they just never pulled the trigger, at least not yet. I want this guy's hat, Life says. I mean, it doesn't exactly go with B. Jackson's new attire, though, Life. If you were still wearing your other attire, the hat would probably go well, but the new attire is a little bit darker, a little gloomier, a little edgier. I don't think the hat really fits in anymore. That's one of the few good things I like better about YouTube. Yeah, I like the fact that you can rewind and watch things you've missed on anything and not have to worry about, you know, opening another window and etc., etc. All right, so I'm going to get one of my first lists of the evening. Again, this is actually from GameRant.com, and it's the 10 best Royal Rumbles ranked. To be fair, that's a little... Oh my God, does that guy have to interrupt every fucking show we have? What is the deal with War of the Machine? What could he possibly have against Damian Dallas? He's a new up-and-coming superstar. Yes, he was a champion. He was the junior wrestling champion. It's like he was a world champion. What does War want with Damian Dallas? And or since when is he friends with Jeff Jarrett? What? Jeff Jarrett going to join the Wolfpack now? Jeff Jarrett going to join the Wolfpack now? Double J getting some help from War of the Machine there. Now that's crazy. I don't understand that at all. But anyways, all right. So I got to get back, catch up with the chat here before I continue with this. Life says Kyle's old attire would have went good with it. Yeah. His new guy probably not so much. No. I rewinded a bit and found my match. I'm watching it. No spoilers. Okay, no problem. Life is Great says, I think War just has to be it. Right? He's an attention whore. War of the Machine has turned into one gigantic attention whore. He's always got to be in the spotlight. He's, you know, you would think, you know, that would fall under, you know, Poindexter or even Alan Severn. You know? It seems like Alan Severn likes to be in the spotlight these days, so, but War of the Machine. War of the Machine has been involving himself in as many matches as possible lately. I think he's trying to set a record or something, to be the, I mean, who can interfere in the most matchups in a single year? Joling says War likes the spot. Yeah, clearly, right? Life says he quite literally just has to see everyone wrestle once, I guess. I mean, I guess that could explain it. Luke Bummer says the Gooner got him outside the ring crazy. Yeah, I know. It was a great match too. That was a really, really good matchup. That was a fantastic way to open the night. And you know, to be fair, I'm a big fan of the Gooner, so I was actually kind of happy that the Gooner won. I was pretty. I'm not gonna lie. I marked out a little bit. You know, if you watched it, you rewound it, watched it, you know, I was happy that the Gooner won that championship. That was cool. I'm a big fan of the Gooner. And by the way, I really like I really like his Arsenal attire. Joling says, is there an award for most appearances of the year? Right. There probably is going to be eventually. Life says, wait! Wait for what? What am I waiting for? Cowboy Boots has spurs on his boots. How is that legal? Right? But I mean, to be fair, how many times did Alan Severn do that very same thing? Right? Let's not forget that Severn used to come out decked out looking like he belonged in a fistful of dollars. You like the Arsenal attire? I do like the Arsenal attire. I thought it was quite catchy. You know, I expected him to come out in his regular, you know, British flag themed attire, and instead he came out dressed like he was from Team Arsenal. Arsenal beat Manchester United, going 5-point clear, 2 of the league, so I'm hyped. I may not have been here for that. Life is great. You may not have been here for what? Oh, the days of Alan Severn looking like he was a cowboy. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match by submission, Double J, J-E, double F, J-A, double R-E, double T, Jeff Jarrett picks up the W. That is crazy right there. That is crazy right there. Damian Dallas is going to be going back to the drawing board after that big L from Jeff Jarrett. I mean, he was already having a bit of a shaky start to the month of January, to the new year, if you will. And that is 2 losses in a row for Damian Dallas. He is not going to be happy about that. He's definitely going to be going back to the drawing board, hitting the gym and working that out. But Double J, Jeff Jarrett, on a roll. Became the Legends champion. Picked up a big W over the former junior wrestling champion. That is phenomenal. Life says, because I definitely would have said something about Severn too. Just how is that legal? Right? I mean, it seems like they worry about certain things like brass knuckles, and they don't worry about other things like spurs that could slice your throat open. Who the hell out a camera in the rafters? Who the hell out a camera in the rafters? Oh, put. Is that supposed to be who the hell put a camera in the rafters? Yes? No? I'm assuming. Assumptions are bad, right? Yeah. They say curiosity kills the cat. It's actually assumptions that kill the cat, not the curiosity. The curiosity just leads you, to the event. It is everything thereafter that triggers the killing of the cat. But Life says put. Yeah, okay. Luke Ballmer says not even me. Luke Ballmer, Arsenal hasn't won the Premier League since 2004. This year is our best chance since I feel this team's doing special things. No one predicted Arsenal to be top of the Premier League in January. Very cool. Love it in sports when special things happen. Is there any other footy fans in here? Any other football fans in here? No, I'm talking real football, not hand egg. American football, although I do enjoy some hand egg. Football, we're talking about. We're talking about a little footy here. Any other footy fans? And by the way, if anybody has a favorite sport they like to talk about, feel free. Whether you're a hockey fan or you're rooting on a team right now, if you're watching an old baseball game, watching past pro wrestling matches, you could be watching a footy match, doesn't matter. Football. Exactly. Football. All right, we're going to move on to the next match of the night. Let's go. Here we go. All right, and it is a trip to the tag team division. And it is the women's tag team division, which is always smoking hot. And Luke Ballmer is about to get a little bit of a stiffy. A little bit of a stiffy. He's going to be rising to the occasion because Mickie James is in the house, Luke Ballmer. As you can see, Hardcore Country, which of course consists of Mickie James and the 9th wonder of the world, China, are taking on the Wolfpack Gals. Team Distinct Cones, the Viking Rose Brewer, the Anomaly, Tia Stevens from Team Tiliana Pearson, of course, in tow. Their partner in crime from the faction, Ashley Marie, the original Diamond, going to be joining the party. Who do you guys think walks out with the W? Hardcore Country or the Wolfpack Gals? Both have been on a roll. Both former women's tag team champions. Both, actually all four, have been multiple-time women's champions. So this is actually a spectacular matchup. I'm going to go with Wolfpack Gals, although I have bet against Hardcore Country in the past, and they have proven me wrong and won tag team championships. So there's that. Okay. Not that you're betting on matches, but if you're going to choose wisely. Don't necessarily listen to me because, my track record with betting is terrible. Joling says foosball. Joling says American football is called that because the ball is almost a foot long.
Aaron Rodgers and the Pack have been rivals.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's the reason they call it football. There's actually reasons it actually is called American football, and actually when I read the history of football not too long ago on one of our shows, we were talking about that. It should be called hand egg. You know? A ball is round. Just saying. A ball is round. But it should be called hand egg. Luke Bummer says, oh man, we got Mickey James! Yes, we do. Life says, I'm convinced the only person in the Midwest who likes Aaron Rodgers. Oh, dislikes Aaron Rodgers, sorry.
Wisconsin. Just can't stand the guy.
I mean, is there a reason you don't like Aaron Rodgers? But anyways, Aaron Rodgers and the Pack have been rivals of my home NFL team. Joling says, yeah. Life is Great says, this is super blasphemous in Wisconsin. Just can't stand the guy. Oh, okay. I get you. I mean, I'm not a fan of him either. To be fair. I just was wondering if you had like some sort of spiteful, if there was a reason you didn't like Aaron Rodgers. I mean, I don't either. I'm not a fan. I can't say I hate him or anything. But I'm not a fan. Right? So, but anyways, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Next match of the night. It is Mickey James and China. Hardcore Country taking on the Viking Rose Brewer and the Anomaly Tia Stevens, the Wolfpack Gals. Let's go. All right. So, anyways, Life, is there a particular reason that you don't like Aaron Rodgers? By the way, Luke, seen how you enjoy talking about footy. What is your favorite footy match of all time that you can, you know, if you can recall one off the top of your head? I know you probably have many, you know, being the fact that you're 103 years old.
No, not really.
Died in 1843, were brought back to life. The math is way off there. Don't do the math on that or I will ban you. Honeybee, who? Life's Great says, washed up and choked. Well, you know. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Honeybee, who? Or why who? What who? Who? Why the who? Sounds like a band. Why the who? Why the who? Oh, we're talking about Aaron Rodgers. If that's what you mean. Is that what you're saying, who to? Or did Honeybee suddenly become an owl? She's no longer the queen of the hive. She's the queen of rodent murdering. Honeybee, oh, okay, yeah. So we were talking about Aaron Rodgers. Life says, no, not really. I think he's overhyped. He doesn't look at the field anymore. He hasn't brought the Pack to a Super Bowl in years. Well, he's not going to, right? He's not going to. He definitely is not going to.
From a highly anticipated match.
Quarterback of the American football Green Bay Packers, LOL.
Joling says, like your client's new attire, Honeybee. Wait a minute, Joling. How did you see your new attire? Honeybee, are you being a locker room whore and joining Jolink's promotion? Are you two-timing? Although we do have an open door policy, I suppose. Life says, quarterback of the American football team, Green Bay Packers. Oh, yeah, that's right. I guess Honeybee probably wouldn't know who that is. Jolink says, I have her in my game. You made a game with B. Jackson in it? That's weird. Luke Ballmer says, Mickey James! Mickey James! She is a hottie, isn't she? She always has been. Oh, I've always been a Mickey James fan. Always, always, always. Luke Bummer wants to know, does anybody watch basketball? I mean, I do. I don't watch it as often as I used to, and I mostly pay attention during the playoffs. I don't watch regular season anymore. To be fair, actually, I'm lying. I've watched some regular season hockey games this year for the first time in quite a few years, but generally speaking, I don't watch regular season sports anymore because it is so watered down with weird rules and penalties and bad refereeing. It's just horrific. Where in most sports, the playoffs, they kind of let things go, right? It's kind of more like old school play. So it's rougher, it's faster, it's tougher, it's harder play. Playoffs in any sports is awesome. So yeah, I primarily watch playoffs, but I, this year have been watching a little more hockey than normal. Oh, well, not normal. I used to watch I would watch hockey I'm a Toronto Maple Leaf fan, unfortunately, so I've been disappointed for years. But, so there's that. But, Luke Bummer says, no, I already read that. Honeybee says, I know some teams in the NFL. Luke Bummer says, yeah. Honeybee says, just don't know players. Well, that's understandable. Lay says, no, he's not, and I don't know why everyone around here he's the best we've had. No, he's not. How is he the best? What? They actually say that? I mean, do they need a history lesson on their team? Who the hell says that? You need new neighbors. You need new neighbors. You know what? Life? You know what, Life? You know what you need to do? Here's what you need to do. Life, you know what you need to do? Here's what you need to do, Life. You need to ban all those people from your neighborhood. Matter of fact, don't even talk to them. Just, send them an email and ban them. Bad refereeing in football as well. Oh yeah, there's bad refereeing in every sport. It's mostly regular season. I'm telling you, you watch playoffs and the refereeing can still be a bit ghastly, but refereeing is a lot better in playoff sports because again they kind of let things go. It's more like old school rule set being revitalized. It's harder, faster. It's great, but let's see here. I'm not a basketball fan at all. Once baseball comes back around, you'll hear more from me. Well, see, here's the thing. I like playing baseball, right? But since they eliminated steroids from baseball, it is like watching fucking paint dry. I don't know how anybody can watch baseball on TV. Live is not bad, right? You're enjoying the atmosphere. You're enjoying your friends. You're probably having some beer and Franks. But it is like fucking watching paint dry. Like you see a home run once a year from one team. I mean, that is obviously an exaggeration and not true. But do you not miss the day? I mean, come on. I miss the days of Sammy Sosa, Barry Bonds, all those guys smashing balls left and right. You had hundreds and hundreds of home runs every year. It was exciting. You had guys running around the bases. There was fire shooting off their fucking feet because they were so jacked up. Oh, yeah! That was the good old American game. Now it's like watching paint dry. Hell, I've seen people trip running between bases for fuck's sake. What is that about? What is that about? People can't even run anymore. Life is Great says, I like watching baseball, but I can't stand basketball. That will full on put me to sleep. I mean, Life, how the hell does basketball, a sport that is in constant forward motion, with some exciting plays, by the way, how does that put you to sleep? But baseball, where nobody has even hit a ball in the last 3 fucking innings, it is 0-0 going into the 9th. We haven't seen a home run in the league in about 34 games. That's exciting to you, though. That's exciting. No, I'm just kidding. I don't judge anybody what they like to watch. That's just me. That is just, again, I like to go to live baseball games, and I do like playing baseball. Baseball's a good game. It just, I don't know. Baseball's not like it used to be, though. It's not like it used to be, though. Then again, no sport is. Even basketball. There's a lot of weird rules about it. Like, you can travel and shit in basketball now. Or what we would have considered traveling. Like some of the new rules in basketball, if you were to bring a prime Michael Jordan into today's game, he'd be fucking flying from the other end of the court because he's got extra jumping power. You know, he's going to be slam dunking from center court. Air Jordan he become Airlines Jordan. Airlines. But anyways. All right, so I'm going to get to my list. I have not got to my list yet at all.
My dad and I went to the Brewers doubleheader against the Giants. We watched the Giants pitch the same.
All right, so again, this was the 10 best Royal Rumble pay-per-views ranked. And it was by GameRant.com, and it was published by Jack Percy. And this has actually been updated as recently as 4 days ago. So it says the Royal Rumble pay-per-view has a long, storied history in the WWE. These Royal Rumble events, however, are the best of the bunch. The Royal Rumble match has been a fan-favorite tradition in the WWE since its debut in January 1988. In fact, even those who aren't interested in professional wrestling tend to get a kick out of Royal Rumbles, both on TV and in tie-in video games. Royal Rumble matches feature 30 competitors who try to throw their opponents out of the ring over the top rope, with the winner being the last wrestler standing. The winner's prize is an opportunity to compete for a championship at WrestleMania. The Royal Rumble pay-per-view is one of the WWE's biggest alongside SummerSlam and WrestleMania. And there have been some incredible events over the years. This was updated January 19th, 2023, by the way, by Mark Summit. And it says 2023's Royal Rumble is right around the corner, and the show is surrounded by both hype and trepidation due to WWE's current behind-the-scenes situation. Still, the pay-per-view has the potential to be one of the best. If nothing else, it should be an improvement over its immediate predecessor. In anticipation of upcoming shows, a few more of the best Royal Rumble pay-per-views have been highlighted here. And of course, again, this is ranked according to GamerRant.com here. Wow, and that is it. That is all, ladies and gentlemen. The winners of the match from Team Distinct Cone and Team Tilliana Pierce. It is the Viking, Rose Brewer, and the Anomaly, Tia Stevens. They are the Wolfpack Gals, picking up a big W over Hardcore Country. All right, congratulations to Team Distinct Cone, and of course to Team Tilliana Pierce and the Wolfpack. Big victory, as they of course are back down those women's tag team championships. It's been a bit of a stretch of a period here, which is weird. I mean, if you look back on the last year, the Wolfpack in general, even the Wolfpack Gals as they formed, they didn't go too long a period of time without winning some sort of championship belts. And right now, the Wolfpack Gals, well, they're running on E. They are running on E. They do not have any championships amongst them. But big W, and that, of course, over the ninth one of the world, Chyna and Mickie James, Hardcore Country. And that, I'm sure, will catapult them up the ranking list in the tag team division. So again, congratulations to Distinct Cone and Team Tilliana Pierce. Big victory over Hardcore Country, former tag team champions themselves. All right, next match of the night. Here we go. It is the mid-card main event of the evening. We've got the Queen of the Ring, Charlotte Flair, taking on the Queen Bee, the Queen of the Hive, the Diamond B. Jackson from Team Honeybee Wrestling. And that is next. Guys, chime in on this one. What do you guys think? I will leave it and pause my list for a minute while you guys chime in. What do you guys think? Honeybee or Charlotte Flair? And of course, it looks like I have to catch up on the chat now anyways. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, mid-card main event, the Queen of the Ring versus the Queen of the Hive. Let's go!
I love you. Catch you later.
Alright, so
Honeybee will get this.
I gotta scroll back up here.
Have a good night day, Luke.
Life says, my dad and I... my screen moved on me. Hold on. My dad and I went to the Brewers doubleheader against the Giants. We watched the Giants pitcher hit the same guy twice with a ball. Nice. Dad and I were screaming our heads off to charge the mound. Joling says, I like basketball. I used to watch it a lot, especially since I watched it when Michael Jordan was playing. It was always exciting. Yeah, basketball was a lot more exciting back then. You had great athletes. Now you just have basketball players. Luke says, if I'm honest. Honeybee says, same. Luke Ballmer says, it's rigged if Mickey James loses. Life says, there it is again, that damn camera in the rafters. Luke says, GG's. Then says, I'm off to bed. Guys, 4:52 a.m. in the morning. Luke, you pussy. Luke is a pussy. Can we get that chanting? Can we get that going? Can we get that hashtagged in the chat, please? Luke is a pussy. Luke is a pussy. But anyways, Life says, I think Honeybee will get this. Luke says, I'm only joking, Archer. Love you. Catch you later. Love you too, Luke. Have a great night. Sleep well, my friend. Thanks for being here. Life says, I'd put money on Honeybee. Well, yeah, of course. I kind of figured you would, Life. Honeybee, of course, would also. Luke says, love what you do, Archer. Thank you very much, Luke Bomber. We love you being here because without the community, the Archerverse TV is nothing. Zero. Nada. Joe Link says, Luke is a pussy. Excellent. Honeybee Wrestling says, I'm in the UK and I'm up. Yeah, Luke. Yeah, Luke. Honeybee's up. She is also in the UK, and it is also 4:52 a.m. for Honeybee. Joe Link says, Luke. Luke the Goon Goober. Now that is fucking funny right there. I don't care who you are. That is funny right there. Maybe just a little evil, but I mean it's definitely appreciated, Joe Link. So appreciate that. Appreciate that, Joe Link. But yeah, okay. So I'm gonna have to back the YTD Academy Grand Prix Wrestling Champion here. I mean, I know the last couple times she has challenged for championships. She's, of course, come up short. She is still the YTD Academy Grand Prix Women's Wrestling Champion, however, and she's still a formidable opponent and formidable champion. And let's face it, it's not like she was up there against tomato cans challenging for those other titles. That's just the level of talent within Wrestle Wars Genesis and Starrcade that even as a champion over at YTD Academy, you could come over to one of the main brands and lose a match. All right, that's just how that works. But that is the beauty of YTD Academy. It is literally built to make your career better, to improve on anything you might need improved on concerning your wrestling game.
There is a standout talent whose athleticism, power, and natural ability simply embody everything you could possibly want in a sports entertainer.
All right, let's see here.
Like father, like daughter, Byron, every time Charlotte.
Look at that. Luke is still here. Luke is still. He was lurking. He really was lurking. How dare you eavesdrop, Luke, after saying you're going to bed? That is gassy. No, really, actually, we do really appreciate that, Luke. Keep doing that. Always do that. Don't do it again, sir. That is ghastly. Jolink says she was very aggressive in the match. I had her. Yeah, so did I, actually. So did I. I thought for sure that she was becoming a double champion. What's going on here? Wow. Charlotte Flair went to clothesline from behind, completely missed. Oh, with the back door goes Queen Bee. Beautiful German suplex. Nice retaliation by the Queen of the Hive. And she's continuing to go to work on Charlotte Flair. All right, let's see here. Luke says going to bed anyways. All right, Luke, we appreciate you. We'll talk to you tomorrow, my friend. Joe Lake says, sounds like Glenola move, a Glenola move. Speaking of Glenola, has anybody talked to Glenola tonight? I have not spoken to Glenola at all tonight. Who is coming out? I have nobody came out. That's the thing. I mean, there was music. I couldn't quite tell whose theme music it was, but I was more concentrated on the ring and to see if anybody was coming to try and figure out whose music it was, though, to be fair. At the end of the day, somebody was attempting to help Charlotte Flair. We do know that, right? We do know that much. Uh-oh, figure eight locked in tight here on the YTD Academy champion. No, ma'am. The Diamond B. Jackson fighting out of that. She is not putting up with that figure eight nonsense. Oh, stunner on Flair. Stunner on Flair. Woo! Life says that was strange. It was strange, I agree.
Dropping the knees and more. And again. What a forearm.
Oh, vicious ripcord clothesline by B. Jackson. The Queen of the Hive taken to the skies. Whoa! The B drop. Man, Flair right back to her feet. The resiliency and heart of Flair, quite phenomenal, really. She truly is a fantastic athlete. Multiple-time women's champion. Oh, natural selection DDT. The champion in trouble here. The champion is in trouble here, folks. These guys are battling hard. You'd almost think this was a championship matchup. This is, of course, a non-title affair, but man, oh man, they are going at it, not pulling any punches, not wasting any time. You would swear this was a title match. I mean, I'm almost willing to bet, no matter who wins this match, this is not over. This one is not going to be over.
That could have been it. Mistiming with that springboard.
Dave says no War. You cannot come out and disrupt the Vixen matches too. Maybe it was War trying to come out and somebody had to talk some sense into him, but either way, nobody actually came out. But it was certainly enough to distract B. Jackson. It was certainly enough to distract Honeybee, and Charlotte Flair just about took full advantage of that.
But the Queen isn't looking to relinquish her crown anytime soon. Look out.
Oh, the B drop again. And she is just choking the life right out of Charlotte Flair here. Frustration has built it. Oh, nice gator roll. Ladies, these guys are just going to war. I love it. They are kicking the holy hell out of each other. Supposed to be reading my list of great Rumble matches, and here I'm caught. I can't take my eyes off this matchup. 2 count only. That was a close fall, but Honeybee kicks out with authority, and this match continues. These guys are both still in it to win it. The show continues in the ring. Flair going upstairs. Uh-oh. Yo, moonsault. Oh, Charlotte Flair's going to be... Oh, here it comes. She's looking for that figure eight again. The women's champion is in trouble here. It is locked in again. Can she fight it off for a second time? She is fighting, but can she resist tapping? That is locked in tight there, but Honeybee is fighting. She is a champion. She is fighting, and she managed to get out of it. Flair covering her up here, though. Going for that pinfall attempt. Oh, my God. Charlotte Flair picking up a big W over Honeybee. Wow, what a match. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match, the Queen of the Ring, Charlotte Flair. But of course, still your YTD Academy Grand Prix Women's Wrestling Champion, Honeybee, is still your champion. And I would guarantee you that this is not over between Charlotte Flair and the champion. No way that a formidable champion like Honeybee is going to take that L lying down. I guarantee you, we just saw the birth of a new feud. It is going to be awesome. But anyways, let's go. Move on to the next match of the evening. And our first championship match. And this is another trip to the tag team division. Ladies and gentlemen, it is for the YTD Academy Women's Tag Team Wrestling Championship. The former tag team champions, the Union, Dewdrop and Kaylee Ray. And they are taking on Annabelle and Jenny Black. They are the Sisters of Destruction. An extension, of course, of the Weapons of Mass Destruction. They are the reigning defending champions, putting their title on the line. What do you guys think? Who's walking in with the W here? Honeybee says, I'm assuming that says, fuck, you know it. Oh, I guarantee you that Honeybee and Charlotte Flair are going to have a phenomenal feud and rivalry. I'm excited. That was a great match. I can't wait to see what else they do together. That was pure magic in there. Two of the best in the world, toe to toe. The Queen of the Ring picks up the first match, but the Queen of the Hive is going to be chasing those heels down like a rabid dog with wings and painted yellow and black. All right, so anyways, next match of the night, again, YTD Academy Tag Team Wrestling Championship, Women's Division. The Union versus the Sisters of Destruction. Let's go. All right. So, now I should probably get back into that list, right? Actually, you know what? We have been live for almost 2 hours, and my bladder is screaming at me right now, so I think I'm going to take a short potty break and relieve that bladder issue. In the meantime, if you guys want to tell me while I'm gone, give me something to read when I get back, do you guys have a favorite Royal Rumble that you can remember? If you don't have a favorite Royal Rumble, do you have a fond memory of a pay-per-view? Any pay-per-view. Could be WrestleMania, could be Over the Edge, could be in your house, could be anything you want it to be, really. But do you have a favorite pay-per-view that you're fond of as a wrestling fan that you would like to tell us about? That is a question for everybody. And in the meantime, I will be right back after these short messages from your own community members discussing the Royal Rumble and any other stream preview. Oops, sorry, that's our neck of the woods. Premium live events that they seem worthy of being considered a fond memory.
Better get ready.
I shall return.
And favorite Royal Rumble, that's a hard one.
And introducing the champions, they are the Women's Tag Team Wrestling Champions, Les Femmes
I'm gonna get banned by Archer, but I haven't
Huge
seen
title
any
defense for
Royal
the champs
Rumbles or
coming up next, guys.
pay-per-views.
It's definitely a big match for them, Cole, but given how they've looked of late, I suspect they'll walk out of here the same way they walked in, as champs. loving this matchup. The best teams around facing off for the titles.
Big matchup for these tag titles underway.
As a former NXT tag champ, if I could have another tag title match, I'd probably choose a challenge for these.
I've
With
said
me
it
as your
before,
tag team
but I
partner,
was
right, Corey?
definitely very judgmental of WWE when I was younger. Thought it was dumb,
Tagged in
so I
action.
didn't watch it.
And Kaylee fends her off. Double knee face breaker. Now tagging her in.
Oh gotcha, but that's okay. Knew some of the wrestlers, but that's about
This is going to be stiff. Vicious backdrop suplex. Ah, jeez. Oh, new champ. She overcomes the pinfall attempt.
That's still a quick kick out at this point.
Two drop on the receiving end. These two showing how well scouted they each are.
1998
She
Royal
makes
Rumble
the
where
tag.
Stone Cold
She
won it was
is
exciting.
unleashed.
Hey guys, it's me Tenacious D, just wanted to check in and say hi.
Impressive reversal there. Oh, what a clothesline. Partner tags in.
Ooh, she hit the corner hard.
That's obviously changed in the more recent years, but yeah. I haven't seen any pay-per-views.
And now she's looking to go top rope. From the heavens, splash from the top. Oh my God.
Kaylee keeps her
Malcolm
away.
and Throws only.
Oh man. Leg breaker. Ah, what a smash.
That is just insulting.
Getting tossed.
Luckily they have the Peacock app so you can watch past shows.
Oh my God, a DDT! Lights out. The challenger's looking
Oh, look at the start of this. Could be going into the playbook for submission.
Well, this won't win the match, but it's one way to inflict a great deal of punishment on an opponent.
nice escape. Sharp chop.
Good grief. That's a chop that'll wake you up.
I may have to go do that, LOL.
I have returned. Appreciate the patience.
Yeah, she's
All right.
saying, let's go.
I see the Union and the Sisters of Destruction battle well underway here.
You can say that again.
All right, so what have I missed here? I'll catch up on the chat real quick.
Knees meet face.
Let's see.
Kaylee wards that attack off.
Joe Link says, favorite Royal Rumble? That's a hard one. Life says, I'm going to get banned by Archer, but I haven't seen any Royal Rumbles or pay-per-views. That's interesting. I've said it before, but I was definitely very judgmental of WWE when I was younger. Thought it was dumb, so I didn't watch it.
Count out imminent. She needs to get back in.
Joe Link says, oh, gotcha, that's okay. Knew some of the wrestlers, but that's about it. Joe Link says, probably the 1998 Royal Rumble when Stone Cold won it. That was exciting. That was, actually. Yo, Thrill Zone Inc., what's going on, my friend? Welcome in.
She wants to be here. Pick your jaw off the floor.
Hey, guys, it's me, Tenacious B. Just wanted to check in and say hi. What's going on, Thrill Zone? Yeah, you've missed some of the last few matches of Tenacious B. He actually didn't have a match this week, but he will be this coming week. We're, of course, going into the final push, which, of course, means there's no championship matches, just grudge matches, faction wars, and adding more fuel to the fire as we push all the way into next Sunday's WCW Slamboree, the first stream preview of 2023. Life says that's obviously changed in the more recent years, but yeah, I haven't seen any pay-per-views. Well, life, really the only ones you have to worry about are Royal Rumble, SummerSlam, WrestleMania, and Survivor Series. If you watch those pay-per-views every year, you have caught up on everything for the year. And they're the best pay-per-views of the year. Usually. Not always, but usually. Joling says, welcome in, Thrill Zone. Luckily, they have Peacock app, so you can watch past shows. That's true. He says, I may have to do that. And Joling says, yeah, they have a ton of content. Yeah, they do. I mean, I don't think they have as much content as the WWE Network, probably. But. All right, so I'm going to get into my list here, finally. So, again, this is a ranked list according to GamerRant.com. And number 10 on the list of best Royal Rumble pay-per-views, ranked again according to them, is Royal Rumble 2002. So it says, a predictable finish can hurt a Royal Rumble match, but sometimes there is simply only one correct winner. After suffering a serious injury that left him out of action for roughly 9 months, Triple H made his in-ring comeback at 2002's Royal Rumble pay-per-view, and the crowd popped big for the wrestler. The Royal Rumble is primarily remembered for this moment, which is unfair since it's generally a great match. Steve Austin gave a performance that compares favorably to any of his 3 wins. Mr. Perfect made a surprise return and looked sharp in the ring, and Maven eliminated The Undertaker, a decision that had no consequences. Yeah, that's true. It didn't, did it? Does anybody remember that? When Maven eliminated The Undertaker from the Royal Rumble? And like literally everybody thought there'd be some sort of repercussion for that. Nothing ever happened. I mean, eventually Maven just disappeared, right? But yeah, he holds a Rumble elimination over The Undertaker, and nothing ever came of it. It's interesting. Life says 2.5 hours in, and we have our first list. I know, right? Crazy. We're just about to hit the championship rounds, and it's our first list. But to be fair, we've had some great conversations going on tonight, so you know, there's that. All right. Anyways, number 9 on the list is Royal Rumble 2019. The 2019 Royal Rumble pay-per-view is difficult to rank since most of the matches are good, but all fall short of greatness. The only exception is the main show's opener, Asuka versus Becky Lynch, which is probably still the pair's best encounter. Later in the night, Sasha Banks and Ronda Rousey came close to matching the opening bout, crafting a match that is still among the latter's strongest in WWE. While Daniel Bryan against AJ Styles is technically immaculate, but heatless due to its placement on the card, Brock Lesnar and Finn Balor's WWE Universal Championship match is short but sweet. Neither of the Royal Rumbles are amazing, but they are both above average. The women's match is primarily remembered for Lynch's unexpected appearance, a decision that gave fans exactly what they wanted this time. Seth Rollins' Rumble win was also the right call. Number 8, Royal Rumble 2020. So prior to 2022's awful Royal Rumble pay-per-view, WWE was on a winning streak, particularly when it comes to the men's Rumble matches. Frankly, 2020 deserves to be mentioned among the best WWE Royal Rumbles for its main event alone. Despite being WWE champion at the time, Brock Lesnar not only took part in the Royal Rumble, but also opened it. Consequently, the contest's first half consists of new entrants coming into the ring, facing off against the Beast, and being promptly eliminated. On paper, this sounds repetitive, but WWE paced this section beautifully, by incorporating wrestlers like Keith Lee, Rey Mysterio, and Shelton Benjamin. Once Drew McIntyre joins the match and eliminates Lesnar to a massive ovation, the Royal Rumble enters its second phase. A few minutes later, McIntyre's pop is surpassed by the returning Edge, who had retired roughly a decade earlier. Although overshadowed by the main event, the rest of the 2020 Rumble is pretty good. Charlotte Flair's Women's Rumble win is a fun watch, while Becky Lynch and Asuka's title match is unsurprisingly good. The Fiend and Daniel Bryan also have a memorable scrap match. Number 7 on the list, Royal Rumble 2005. So 2005's Royal Rumble pay-per-view makes this list despite having one of the most infamous mistakes in not just Royal Rumble history, but in WWE history, period. John Cena and Batista were the last men standing, and in what appeared to be an incredible moment of timing, both men simultaneously fell out of the ring with their feet hitting the floor at the exact same time. However, it turned out that Batista wasn't supposed to fall out of the ring, and the pair falling in sync was just a bizarre coincidence. Believe it or not, the worst was yet to come as Vince McMahon charged down to the ring to improvise a finish, but miraculously managed to tear both of his quads, forcing him to have to sit on the ground while barking orders like a child throwing a tantrum. The match was restarted, and Batista finally got his win. Although the botch is what people remember the most, the Royal Rumble match was excellent overall, as were the show's 2 title matches, and of course Edge's singles win over Shawn Michaels. Number 6, the 2018 Royal Rumble will forever be an important one, as it was the first to feature a women's Royal Rumble. 30 women competed in the main event for a chance to compete for either Alexa Bliss's Raw Women's Championship or Charlotte Flair's SmackDown Women's Championship. The match surpassed even the highest of expectations, and many fans were happy to see Asuka win. The match was topped off by a debut appearance from Ronda Rousey, who would go on to compete at that year's WrestleMania. Elsewhere on the show, Shinsuke Nakamura won the men's Royal Rumble, and Brock Lesnar beat Braun Strowman and Kane in a triple threat match that went viral when Brock Lesnar intentionally threw a real punch at Strowman. Yes, I do remember that. That was a bit of a... So Braun Strowman, I think, was working a bit too stiff and I forget, he did something. But yeah, it did prompt, I mean, he didn't haul off and, he didn't full on dry. I mean, Braun Strowman would have been knocked out cold, but he gave him a good pop, though. And you saw the look on the face of Strowman, he was like, whoa. Anybody else remember that? Does anybody else remember Brock Lesnar giving Braun Strowman a pop in the beak? Life says that was a weird hit. It looked like she clawed her chest. All right, so number 5 on the list, Royal Rumble 2008. So 2008 Royal Rumble is best remembered for John Cena's shock return, as he somehow managed to recover from a torn pectoral muscle injury in just 3 months. Cena spent much of 2007 getting booed by WWE crowds, though Madison Square Garden erupted when his music played and he entered as the 30th competitor in the Royal Rumble. Elsewhere on the show, Randy Orton beat Jeff Hardy in a WWE Championship match, and Edge retained his World Heavyweight Championship against Rey Mysterio. Number 4, Royal Rumble 2007. So the year before Cena made his shock return to win the 2008 Royal Rumble, The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels had a memorable one-on-one contest as the last 2 competitors of the 2007's Royal Rumble match. The incredible fight had fans begging for a WrestleMania match between the veteran pair, and a contest would indeed happen at WrestleMania 25, and is today considered by many to be the best match in WrestleMania history. And I would absolutely agree with that. It definitely was the best match in WrestleMania history. Prior to the Royal Rumble match, Batista defended his World Heavyweight Championship against Mr. Kennedy, while WWE Championship was on the line in a last man standing match between Cena and Umaga. Number 3, Royal Rumble 1992. So, unlike the vast majority of Royal Rumble matches where the prize is a title match at WrestleMania, the 1992 show saw the men competing for the vacant WWF World Heavyweight Championship. The match is considered by some to be the best Royal Rumble match in history, thanks in no small part to Ric Flair, who would go on and win the match after entering at number 3. The pay-per-view also featured a tag team championship match between the Natural Disasters and the Legion of Doom, as well as an Intercontinental Championship match between Rowdy Piper and the Mountie. Number 2, Royal Rumble 2000. So unlike most of the pay-per-views on this list where the Royal Rumble match was the highlight, Royal Rumble 2000 is best remembered for the show-stealing match between Triple H and Cactus Jack. The pair contested in a bloody street fight for the WWE Championship that cemented Triple H as a top star. The show also featured the debut of Taz, who defeated Kurt Angle to a huge pop from his home crowd, and an excellent tables match between the Hardy Boys and the Dudley Boys. Unfortunately, the Royal Rumble match itself is what prevents the show from reaching the top spot. The match wasn't bad, though it failed to live up to the rest of the card, and consequently felt like a deflated end to the show. And the number 1 on this list is Royal Rumble 2001. WWE seemingly didn't feel the pressure of having to top the previous year's Royal Rumble, as the very next year the company put on an even better show. The night's Royal Rumble showcased the company's incredible roster at the time, with Stone Cold Steve Austin, Kane, The Rock, The Undertaker, and Jeff Hardy all competing to be the last man standing. Stone Cold would of course emerge as the winner, making him the first person to win 3 Royal Rumbles, a feat that still has not been matched to this day. Elsewhere on the show, Kurt Angle beat Triple H for the WWF Championship, and Chris Jericho won the Intercontinental Championship in a ladder match against Chris Benoit. So again, that was GameRant.com. And this was a ranked list by GamerRank.com. The 10 best Royal Rumble pay-per-views ranked. And I'll just run those back down one more time. Oh, look at this. Oh, Annabelle was not done. Hurricane into New Drop. But ladies and gentlemen, the winners of the match, and still YTD Academy Women's Tag Team Wrestling Champions from Team Disciple of Darkness and Team Soul Embers, Annabelle and the Asian Nightmare, Jenny Black. They are the Sisters of Destruction, and they are your reigning, defending Women's Tag Team Champions. So congratulations to Team Soul Embers, to Team Disciple of Darkness, and of course, the Sisters of Darkness, a.k.a. the Sisters of Destruction, of course. All right, so we'll move on to the next match of the evening, and the beginning of the championship rounds. Here we go. And this is for the men's YTD Tag Team Wrestling Championship. One of the winningest tag teams of all time and the only tag team to hold 7 main roster tag team titles. They are Demolition from Team Complete Geek TV and Team The Turret Man, Cyborg Adam Colossus, and of course The Terror, Johnny Braddock. And they are challenging the reigning defending champions with the weapons of mass destruction, Tony Stone from Team YT Shadows, and of course, partner in crime from Team Dedrick. He is the man called Drek. Tag team titles on the line. Who do you guys think are walking out the champions? But without further ado, it is time for the YTD Tag Team Wrestling Championship to be put on the line. The opening matchup for the championship rounds. Let's go. It is showtime and go time. All right, here we go. So again, that was the 10 best Royal Rumble pay-per-views ranked according to GamerRant.com. And again, number 10 was Royal Rumble 2002. Number 9 was Royal Rumble 2019. Number 8, Royal Rumble 2020. Number 7 was Royal Rumble 2005. Number 6, Royal Rumble 2018. That was number 6, not 5. Number 5 is the Royal Rumble 2008. Number 4, Royal Rumble 2007.
Introducing the challenger.
Number 3, Royal Rumble 1992.
577 pounds.
Number 2 is Royal Rumble 2000. And the number 1, Royal Rumble 2001. I mean, overall, not a bad list. Personally, I would have put Ric Flair winning the WWF Championship, the Royal Rumble, in the number 1 spot. But that's just me. What did you guys think of that list? Let's see here. Lesnar started in MMA, right? Lesnar did. I mean, he's not fighting in MMA anymore. He retired from MMA. But yeah, he went into MMA. Not only did he enter MMA, he became the UFC heavyweight champion. Joling says, yeah, I saw the interview with Braun, and he said that he was stiff and accidentally hit Lesnar, which made him mad. Then Lesnar hit him as a retaliation. Yeah. Yeah, it didn't look like it felt too good.
And introducing the champions.
Yo, Punisher in the house. What's going on, Punisher? Punisher, if you're not doing anything, and if you want to join me for the last few matches on the card, we officially entered the championship rounds, the final 3 matches on the card. So if you want to join me and you have the time, feel free to do so. The broadcast booth is open. Let's see. Joling says, yeah, he was very good in MMA. He would have been even better if he had fought his entire career healthy. Look what he did to Mark Hunt. I mean, people can say he was jacked all you want, but that doesn't give you a skill set and the capability to wrestle and fight like he did. He steamrolled one of the most powerful men in the heavyweight division. Steamrolled him. A lot of people were expecting Mark Hunt to knock him out. And of course, Mark Hunt cried and complained later about steroids and everything else. But yeah, if he had fought his entire career healthy, because they say, even as heavyweight champion, he was fighting at less than 65%. That's crazy. And welcome to episode number 443, Punisher, episode number 13, of course, of YTD Academy Live.
Lucky 13, huh?
Lucky 13. Been a great show so far. Great matches. And, of course, the final match, sorry, not the final match, but the final show with championship matches as we enter the final push week.
Nice.
Yeah. As usual. I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing? What's new exciting? Anything?
Just trying to get everything back and steady on my pay-per-view wise. Other than that, not too much.
And how's that going? What's the ETA on that?
I'm going to slowly go. If I want to keep on doing the universe, I'm going to have to slowly do the pay-per-views while doing so. But I'm hoping to get everything started up again tomorrow.
Nice. What time tomorrow, roughly? Like tomorrow night, late in the evening, or?
Generally, I try to get on around 9:30 Central Time.
Central Time, so that's about 10:30 my time.
Yeah, you're
so I'll
streaming when I'm on.
I don't have a show. Tomorrow's Monday.
Oh, well then you don't have a show tomorrow.
No, only thing I'm doing is coming home from work and watching whatever's left of the Raw 30 show, and then trying to find a feed to watch the rest of it. So I will be there. I will be there because I'll get home just before 10:30. So you'll be starting right around the time I'm getting home.
Right, and it's going to be exciting. It's going to be the first actual stream with my PlayStation 5 with the game. So we shall see how it goes.
Very cool.
So I can't complain. It's
sounds good.
It's daunting. It's extremely daunting.
And did you get all your characters? Well, actually, it's cross-platform, so all you had to do was download them.
I tried that, and I tried it with both the PS4 and the PS5 version. And unfortunately, all of my created characters and everything else like that did not transfer over. So you essentially got to start from scratch.
That is strange. Although I guess what you should have done maybe is upload them and then download them once you got everything set up.
I did everything.
Like upload them to the communities, like community creations.
Yeah, I didn't do that. So, I mean, it's an updated roster. I mean, people we've seen before, people we haven't. An updated Archer is going to make his debut.
I was going to say he's available under TAV.
Is it the one that Joe Link sent me?
Is he wearing a well? Does he look like he does in the Archerverse?
He kind of looks like he has a gold leotard. Really, it's just kind of like a gold little.
Yeah, no, that's an outdated one. So just download under #TAV, and the updated Archer's there.
Well, I'm gonna head that way anyway because I'm not. With 2K23 around the corner, I'm not gonna go all hand, and once all that goes through, then I'm just gonna switch games. Generally, that's just how I am.
See, I'm not even gonna try to go that route for a few months. Not even gonna bother.
Lies.
Nope. The only reason I got 2K22 when I did was because it was gifted by a streamer from YouTube and Twitch. Complete Geek TV gifted the Archerverse with 2K22, or else I would have waited, and thankfully I didn't invest my own money, because even when it was gifted to me, it was a couple of months before it was playable.
Really?
Oh, 22 is awful at launch. Awful. So I don't trust 2K anymore, so I absolutely will not invest the money when it first comes out. Now, if somebody, if it's gifted to me again, then yes, obviously I will undergo the storm, but
I mean, it can't be any worse than 2K20.
No, it wasn't as bad. It was never as bad as 2K20. Well, I mean, for a spell it was, because a few times when they released patches, they royally fucked things up.
To be expected.
Yeah. And 2K is infamous for that. So, unfortunately, you know, I still wish wrestling, they don't need to come out with a game every fucking year. I don't know why they bother.
Gotta keep up. Everybody wants that updated roster, man.
Nah, they can do that by downloads. But I mean, what it's about is it's a cash cow. They make quite a bit of money off wrestling games. So.
And I'm not debating that. That's 100% true. But the thing is, it's like everybody wants to see what the new next big thing is. And
wow, that is it. That is all, ladies and gentlemen. The winners of the match by disqualification. Actually, sorry, it was by countout. And still, the YTD Academy Tag Team Wrestling Champions, representing the Weapons of Mass Destruction, it is Tony Stone and the man called Drek. And they are still your reigning defending Tag Team Champions. Wow.
Shenanigans.
I hate countouts.
I call shenanigans.
I thought Demolition would have put up a lot better fight than they did here tonight, I'll be honest. I'm a little disappointed in the way Demolition performed tonight. Now, to be fair, Weapons of Mass Destruction, a formidable, powerful faction with a lot of talent, and Drek and Stone just happen to be two of those mentioned. But still, though, Demolition is one of the most storied and decorated teams in Archer's history, and tonight they just seem to be outmatched from bell to bell tonight. Literally. Disappointing. But anyways. What were you saying?
I have no idea. Oh! We were on this conversation about 2K coming out every year.
Oh yeah, I don't think it's necessary, because they can give us DLCs with updated roster. I think if they did it every couple years, it'd be perfect. And it would be a lot more anticipating, because really all that we anticipate year by year is, especially when we've gone through 6 months of not being able to fully utilize a game that we purchased, all we're thinking is, oh, I wonder what the next bugs are. I wonder how bad it's going to be at launch. That's all we're thinking.
Right.
So,
and I mean, I feel the same way to a sense.
But then there's those people that have to have that new game. I am not one of those, and I'm not wasting my money. And by the way,
I'm one of those.
And by the way, once they actually fix the game, by then it will also be cheaper. So there's that. I'm always up to 6 months behind on new games like that, because I just don't trust them.
If I got the funds, I'll tell you what, I'll send you a copy.
Let's see here. Oh, good night, Life. Have a good night. Appreciate you being here as usual. Life is great. Enjoy your rest, my friend.
Yeah, sleep for some of us.
Actually changed her name to Life is Great, too. That's funny. The one I sent him was the old version before you had the updated. Oh, yeah. That we already figured that out. That or I just didn't see that in the chat at the time. All right, here we go. We are officially in the championship rounds. This, of course, for the Junior Wrestling Championship. Anger Issues TTV and Austin Furious did not decide on a champion to challenge. Therefore, he's defending the Junior Wrestling Championship. I forgot. Jalen Wilson is the new Junior Wrestling Champion. Austin Furious challenged, but then ended up getting put in a Fatal 5. We've got Ivan Brown from Team Disciple of Darkness. Frank Miller, of course, from Team France with 2 L's, the team that's responsible for Archer being tossed into a World Championship matchup. I mean, I guess not too much to be complained about. He won the matchup, became the World Champion, but Team France with 2 L's and Frank Miller in action tonight. Jesse the Body Ventura, and of course, again, Austin Furious was the original challenger for Jalen Wilson to win that Junior Wrestling Championship. Fatal 5 is what he gets. It is a 5-man sub-eliminator. What do you think, Punisher? Who do you think out of these savages? And by the way, Jesse the Body Ventura, were you ever a fan of Jesse the Body Ventura?
I mean, like, I'm not dating your age, but I'm not that old.
So yeah, but I mean,
I know him more of.
You've never gone back and watched. You've never gone back and watched old matches or anything. Man, the golden era of wrestling is phenomenal.
You like the 70s, not so much.
No, 80s. 70s, not so much for me either. I mean, I did watch matches from the 70s, but I mean, the 80s was when it truly started to get really good. But the golden era of wrestling and a lot of great matches.
Honestly, I think the farthest I've really started was like, and the only reason is because I was on a WCW kick for a while, but it was like 83, 85.
Well, that's understandable.
WCW.
Yeah, that's understandable.
You know, original, Four Horsemen days.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's my bag. I can't speak for anybody else, but... no, I'm very aware of Jesse Ventura.
Yeah, I kind of figured. Yeah. He's, of course, a conspiracy theorist. So he's kind of fun to...
all?
For the most part, you know, even the people that claim they're not are. They just are in denial.
From Minneapolis,
Agreed.
weighing in at 200.
I am not one to debate that whatsoever.
No.
The Body.
So listen, I asked everybody a question earlier.
It's a big time opportunity, Byron.
I
It's the title.
would like to know,
Here.
do
You're on,
you
Michael, and judging from the response on social media,
have either a favorite Royal Rumble that you're fond of, or a pay-per-view in general that you have a fond memory of? Off the top of your head, doesn't have to be something you have to think about, because you probably got many, but is there a Royal Rumble or a certain pay-per-view that gives you a fond memory of pro wrestling?
And
why?
For me,
This is a man who makes
I can't remember which one it was. It was either 89 or 90. I can't remember, but it was right before WrestleMania 6. I get my years completely fucked up on that one, but it was
1989, because I believe WrestleMania 6 was 1990?
Yes.
I'm trying to remember, because I was there. It was live at the Toronto Skydome. Warrior Hogan.
Don't mind me, I was 1 year old, so kudos, I'm kind of jealous. But
I hate you. Fucking
you're
shut
welcome.
up. Somebody ban Punisher, please.
Yeah, smack me right across the
How
face.
dare you come on my broadcast, enjoy my show, and date
You
me like
invited
that?
You invited me.
Somebody ban me, please. Somebody just flat out ban me because I've made a poor decision here tonight. No, I'm just kidding. But
no.
Yeah, no. Do you have a favorite pay-per-view at all, or?
Pay-per-view? I mean, other than WrestleMania 6, I'd have to say, WrestleMania 18.
Huge title match
For,
coming up.
not just because
That is not funny, Joe Link.
And not just because, of the main event being Stone Cold and The Rock, whatever. Fine, that's cool. I just think the promo to that was.
I was also live for that
promo.
one.
I hate you, bro.
Wait. Nope, not Stone Cold Rock. I was live for WrestleMania 18, which was Hogan Rock.
Okay, so I'm thinking 17. But the promo to that had to be by far the best promo work I've ever seen in all of WWE. Ever.
My favorite promos is I'll let you get back to that, but I just had to interject. One of my favorite promos of all time is still to this day and still holds up as a great promo was still the infamous 316 promo.
No. I'm not talking like, okay, we're gonna bust out one superstar. No. The build up to that.
I mean the build
Like
entirely for the. Oh, okay.
For the Rock and Stone Cold match, them building up to that, promoting that, was by far the best thing I've ever seen, and there's probably nothing that will ever match it.
The vignettes and the videos and the build up to that, it truly was phenomenal.
There is nothing that will compare to that ever.
You know what? You're probably right about that. You know what should have compared to that but didn't?
What's that?
Rock Hogan. How the hell did they not do a better job of building that? Like they did. I guess it kind of built itself as far as hype goes because that was the fans doing though. But as far as the company goes, think about it. Again, we go back to Rock Austin, the build, the vignettes, the promos, the matches leading up to. Like it was just gigantic. And you're right. It probably is the best build to any match I've ever seen. How the hell does Rock, the icon of the new era, and Hollywood Hulk Hogan, the icon and back to which the foundation was laid for pro wrestling for the future, how did they not have a more iconic build to that? You know what I mean? I was flabbergasted the whole time. I thought, when are we going to get this great vignette or this great promo building this fucking match? I mean, they
lack of creativity.
Yeah, because don't get me wrong, they did show some things, but it was It was just predictable stuff we expected to see. Rock Austin, they pulled some stuff out of the past. They did a lot. There was a lot going on, and it was a great build, and and of course the match itself was also awesome.
Very much so. I honestly,
weighing in at 229
I don't know.
pounds.
I think it could have. I don't know. I think it was just because the crowd was 50-50 with Hogan and Rock. I think that's the only reason it took off.
Joling says Austin was King of the Ring. Austin wins King of the Ring promo was good. And what about Undertaker Kane story? That was a great story too. Oh, well, the Undertaker Kane story is likely the greatest story of all time. We're talking about a promo build, like how they marketed and advertised and built Rock Austin up to the matchup. That's what we're talking about. We're not talking about story. You can't, as far as storyline goes, I mean, it doesn't get much better than Kane Undertaker story.
No, and if that's what you want to talk about, by all means. Like, there is no, at least in my opinion, right along with the vignettes and promos of, you know, Stone Cold and Rock. There's no, you're not gonna get a better story than.
France with 2 L's in the house. We see you, France.
This title has been
Try for days, but I don't see it happening.
France says nobody does modern promos better than Samoa Joe.
And we gotta be expecting cerebral matches,
debatable.
guys.
Yeah, that's debatable. I mean, he's definitely amongst the best. I will say that. Joe's good on the mic. He's very fluent, very good, very fluent. He's believable. That's what I've always liked about Samoa Joe. Not only does he sound like a badass, his mic skills make him believable, and I've always loved that about him. Because we all know wrestling is, you know, predetermined, right? It's the action that's real, right? The action's not fake. You're not faking getting a chair shot to the head. You're not faking leaping off a steel cage. You're not faking landing on somebody's chest. It's the storylines that are fake, right? They don't hate each other. They're not going to kill each other after the show. They're not, you know, etc., etc., etc. They're going for a beer and a blowjob together. But amen. Is that what you said? Yeah.
Damn right.
Amen. In some cases, maybe some are just going to. Actually, never mind. We won't go there. But
keep it for what it is.
We'll keep it for what it is. Yeah. We'll keep it PG for now.
That's the After Dark show.
But no, I've always been a big Samoa Joe fan. I'm really sad that Samoa Joe never got a chance to win the WWE Championship, though. I'll be honest. I'm a little bit bitter. I'm a little bit upset about that. I mean, it could, technically speaking, it could still happen, but likelihood by now is not, and that's a sad thing. You know?
You don't think so? I mean, is his wrestling career over?
Well, I don't know. Because, that's undetermined, I think. I don't think they really know. Anybody knows what they're doing with Samoa Joe. Fran says, okay, he's the most believable. Current Roman Reigns is excellent, too. Yeah, Roman Reigns, man. That guy went from 0 to hero.
Yeah,
like, we always knew he had more potential than, say, Dean Ambrose. But he wasn't quite as good as Seth Rollins. Now he is every bit as good as Seth Rollins. Man, that guy, the guy we booed for, that guy put the work in. He put the work in. He made himself better on the microphone. He made himself better in the ring. He got himself in better shape too. I don't know if anybody noticed, but he trimmed down and got more muscular, right? Because he was a bit more bloated when he was part of the Shield. So he also got into better ring shape. And that guy can go forever. He's got a gas tank that goes forever, and he puts on a good show every time he's in the ring. I gotta tell you, I went from not liking Roman Reigns all that much to I'm actually a Roman Reigns fan now.
Me and yours, I can't say the same.
Yeah, well, a lot of people don't like him, but
it's not the point of not liking him. Is his promos gotten better? Yes. Has everything about him gotten better? Yes. But his in-ring and what they actually have him do, is that better? No. Fuck no.
Well, I mean, the wrestling world is eating up his 2-year reign as champion so far. That much, but I mean that's only 2 years.
And they can. I mean, kudos if he's doing his job. Kudos. Sell them tickets all you want. I'm just not sold.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, you're one of many. It's not. It's 50-50 with Roman Reigns, right? It used to be more like 30-70 in favor of not liking him, but it's more like 50-50 now, split across the board. You either like him or you don't. But I mean, if you're Roman Reigns, that's probably a good thing because it's a lot easier to bounce back and forth between babyface and heel if you have what he has in the position he's in.
You know, and I will never take anything away from him. Yes, he's worked hard. But the way they have him scheduled now is ungodly dumb. You know, everybody wants to sit and complain about Brock Lesnar being a part-time champion, blah, 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 never shows up, blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah.
Roman Reigns is a full-timer that doesn't defend his belt.
And then Roman Reigns is there, but he doesn't do anything. So what's the point of putting to me it's almost like a Ricky Steamboat. Ricky Steamboat didn't need a title to get over. Now, if he were to
Jake
drop
the Snake
those titles,
Roberts, yeah, there's lots of people
exactly.
like that. You would have liked to see them have the belt, but they didn't need it.
Exactly. Right now, I feel Roman Reigns is in a position to where he doesn't need the titles in order to stay over. He's got that Tribal Chief thing going for him.
Well, I think that's going to happen soon.
Oh,
at least
Cody
with
Rhodes
one.
isn't going to take it at WrestleMania.
Well, see, he's only going to take one of the belts, though. All right, Roman Reigns is going to probably... So here's the thing. It depends what's going on with The Rock, but I fully see Roman Reigns pretty much remaining Universal Champion until next WrestleMania.
And I don't think that. I'm not a big fan of that.
He will lose the... Well, you might not be a big fan of it, but he has been champion for over 800 days, and he is on a serious tear, breaking some records in WWE history. So if they can continue to sail that through and have a huge pop and pay off at WrestleMania with The Rock, otherwise, no, take the belt off him immediately. No, well, maybe not immediately, but say SummerSlam. SummerSlam, take the belt off of him. But the WWE Championship is coming off of him, I guarantee you. They're going to split the belts up again. And Cody Rhodes is going to chase that belt, not the Universal Championship, not the Undisputed Championship. It was the WWE Championship that eluded his family, not the Universal Championship, so he wants nothing to do with that. But, yeah.
Right.
So, yeah, if The Rock is not going to be competing at next year's WrestleMania against Roman Reigns, then take the belt off him at SummerSlam. Let him keep the belt to them. That'll put him at around 1,000 days as champion. Have him lose the title, and then for the first time in, 3 years, Roman Reigns has no championship belts.
Yeah,
and I was not paying attention. It looks like we have an ending to the match here, but I'm actually not sure at this point who won because I took my eyes out. Jalen Wilson retained. Wow. Big win for Jalen Wilson. Fatal 5 submission match and retains his junior wrestling championship. That's crazy. Wow. Congratulations to Jalen Wilson. Man, that guy's impressive. Let's not forget it was just a short spell ago that guy was given an opportunity on Wrestle Wars Genesis and actually cashed in and became the world champion. And we had a very disturbing trend of there was 3 YTD Academy Superstars in a row that became world champion. Craziness. Archer broke that streak when he was tossed into a matchup because of Team France with 2 L's. Apparently wanted to see Archer fight in a match that night. Archer took full advantage and ended up winning and became world champion for only the second time in his career. It was a big night for Archer. He's still boasting. Hopefully he doesn't do too much showboating. Last time he did that, got onto a binge of too much partying and ended up, he lost his belt.
Happens to the best of us.
He does that a lot. If there's one thing Archer is good at, it is drinking a lot of beer and doing stupid shit. Including blowing things up on his property, showing up at matches and trying to hug his opponent, and they squash him and win. I mean, there's been many instances throughout history, but let's just say Archer being champion isn't always a celebrated event because everybody knows that, yay, it's great Archer won, but how long can he keep that puppy for? He's kind of got a history. It's funny, we all used to make fun of this wrestler. I don't know if you remember Team Mad Chatty 3, Punisher, do you remember him?
No, that was before my time.
That was before your time? Okay, so first and foremost, that guy could predict matches like a motherfucker. Seriously, if you're ever playing the lottery, that dude you want to get a hold of and find out what numbers he might select. But anyways, it was very disturbing. But anyways, he had a wrestler named Chase Coleman. He's a former world champion. You can find him in the archives. But he used to win